Alright, what's up guys? My name is FakeThriller, and just like last time, I'm gonna analyze the multiplayer reveal trailer. Now, I'm not gonna bring up anything that the guy said in the regular trailer, that when he's talking about the different game modes and everything. I think that's obvious enough. I'm gonna try and point out some other stuff that seems a little bit hidden. Okay, starting off, you're going to see him scroll through the different options here. Theater mode, character customization, weapon customization, wager match, kill streaks. They talk about a lot of this in the trailer itself. One thing they don't say is combat training down there at the bottom. That is a bot mode, multiplayer training bot mode with AI bots. And down at the very bottom there you see currency. I'm getting my information from a few different sources, but I'm almost pretty positive that there's going to be bots in the game. Alright, the first weapon we see is this new kind of launcher. It seems to be able to almost semi-automatic. It's got this nice sight on it, so it seems like it could be a pretty devastating weapon in the right hands. So he gets a kill with it, and then in this game type you move straight to your the next weapon tier. And you see in the bottom right there it says China Lake. I don't know, I'm assuming that's referring to this new type of launcher that's in the game. Looks pretty beastly. The next thing we see is it looks like the Thumper makes a return. I don't know what they call it, but that's almost definitely a Thumper. Alright, here you see the RPGs definitely make a return, and the top there, Lightweight Pro. So it shows the Pro perks are back in it, Lightweight's definitely there, Sleight of Hand, and probably some others. What I wanted to point out in this picture is that if you look at the top of the screen, it's like they're under the rocket ship. It's probably what we saw in the first trailer that they showed off, that rocket ship taking off. I bet that comes into play. The next thing I'm emphasizing here is the throwing knife. He has the ballistic knife out, which is sort of like a secondary, it looks like, but he's still able to go straight into the throwing knife as if it's a piece of equipment similar to Modern Warfare 2. The next clip they show is of a sniper rifle. It's got very manageable recoil, and the shape of the gun actually resembles the WA-2000, so you can count on that gun being in the game.
You can gamble it against other players.
The next thing you see in the bottom right is the words Grim Reaper. I'm assuming that's the next gun he's pulling out. They don't show what that gun ends up being, but we'll find out soon enough, I guess. Dual wielding is definitely back. It's called dual wielding in this, not akimbo, and it seems to be very prevalent and very effective. What you're going to see in this clip is him getting a kill with the Spaz, and then he's pulling out another shotgun. It seems to be named the Ithaca. I think we see this shotgun later in the trailer too, but I think it might be called something else at the time.
So if you're in the top 3 players, it's called being in the money.
This next clip is showing off the currency feature in the game. You can see first place holds a hefty prize. I'm really excited about this feature. I'm interested to see what it's going to do with the boosters, though.
Paid and the rest go broke.
The next screen we see on the top is it says Survivor Bonus. I'm sure this is just a part of that survival game mode that they were talking about. Be interested to see if it's in any other sort of game types. Next thing we see is this red dot sight LMG. You see the player that he's aiming down. I think it's an RPK, which is that LMG that looks like an AK-47.
I want to jump right back in and try to...
And you see here you get Sleight of Hand Pro. That's just sort of more confirmation on the Pro perks, and that their abilities are, or at least the names are coming back. Whether their abilities change is yet to be seen. What we're seeing here is Steady Aim Pro, Lightweight Pro, and Sleight of Hand Pro icons all on the screen. It's assuming he doesn't have any of those perks until he earns them. That'll make for interesting game types and class customization and stuff. What we're going to see here is the green swipe of the UAV. I forget what it's actually called. It says, I'll tell you later in the trailer. It's like a surveillance drone or something like that.
And 3 lives. When you kill somebody, you get to take their bullet. But
Spy plane online is what it is. That's the same thing as a UAV. It's basically just trying to keep with the times. No surprise there. What is interesting, though, is the yellow dot that shows up as opposed to a red dot. I don't know if it means maybe it's an objective person or something special. What I highlighted here, I don't know why I saved this image, but this guy's got a sweet stash. It's a mustache. pretty bitchin'. Moving on.
And I think that caters to some of the very, very hardcore kind of players.
The second wager match game mode is one called Sticks and Stones.
Here we have the same situation with the yellow dot on the radar. We're showing 3 red dots, but 1 yellow dot. Interested to see what that means, whether it's bomb carrier or something similar.
Game mode, you're equipped with a crossbow and a ballistic knife. You also have a tomahawk.
This next shot's kind of weird. It shows a throwing knife kill, and I paused it to show this weird trajectory. It just sort of shows that the bounce knife kills can come back. This is another look at that shotgun before, the Ithaca. I think that's what it's called. No guarantees, but it's a pump action. So it'll give the Spaz a run for its money. We're seeing a few guns on the screen right now. First of all, MP5K, Spaz shotgun, but then look at the machete on the side of the guy's backpack. I'm wondering if that's just aesthetic or if he's going to have some sort of bitchin' sidearm. I think in World at War there was machetes, at least in Zombies there were. So we'll wait and see. Next thing we have is Scorpion dual wield, which is nasty because the Scorpion was the shit back in Call of Duty 4, but it didn't have enough ammo to do any damage, and you can see the 2020 mark there means it still doesn't have enough ammo, but the Scorpion's the shit. This next part is interesting for a few different reasons. First off, the gun is the Python, but it's got multiple attachments, and I don't know if they're playing it hardcore or not, but it seems to be a one-hit kill. I can't wait to find out what this is. If you look at the bottom right, the words pop up, Makarov dual wield. They don't show the gun, but I'm sure you could Google what the Makarov looks like and get a pretty good idea of what that gun is.
With every kill, you progress.
Next part I emphasize on is a sniper clip, and it just shows that it is the WA-2000 making its triumphant return.
In the gun game.
It'll be interesting to see how sniper rifles fare overall, damage-wise, because I've heard that it's been confirmed that there's no juggernaut and no stopping power. A lot of people are going to cry, especially you know, the elite quickscopers, but screw them. The next thing they show is an AUG with an interesting sight. It's sort of like an ACOG, but it has a very, very fine reticle on it. I kind of like the look of it. We'll see how it handles. They start the next clip off by showing an M14 with a wood stock, but then they switch to what's called the Death Machine. It seems to be this mobile Gatling gun. I think that might be a kill streak of some sort. What we're going to see next is everybody's favorite 3-burst weapon, the M16. I heard that the M16 wasn't 3-burst until it was the A3. But that timeline wouldn't really work for this game. But if you go back and analyze this very bit of the trailer, it sort of shows that it does seem to fire 3 bursts at a time. He only fires 3 shots, and it seemed to come out in a burst, and then he gets the kill. So it'll be interesting to see what version of the M16 we're going to play with.
You will earn a perk and eventually a scoring multiplier.
The next little clue that's going to pop up is some words in the bottom right. Again, it says the L96A1 extended mag. I think that's a sniper rifle, not too sure. The throwing knife's finally going to get some competition with the hatchet. You can actually throw a hatchet like you're friggin' Davy Crockett.
And stay competitive.
I emphasize this next clip to show that you do have to lead with the crossbow, so it gives it sort of realistic flight and physics information. Next thing we're going to look at is a new version of thermal. It seems pretty badass. We're looking at blue thermal here. I heard that you're going to be able to customize the color of your red dot sight, so it's going to be maybe a blue dot sight, green dot sight, depending on what you're interested in. And I'm assuming it's going to do the same thing with thermal. So blue thermal looks pretty nasty. It'll liven up the kill cams at least. Next thing we're going to see is, I think, the triumphant return of the AK-74U. That's what that gun looks like to me. And you see in the bottom right, the gun he switched to is the M14. The next clip you're going to see is the big reveal. The big news is bonus playable character. Once you hit 10th prestige, is Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 1. You can see here he's got the rocket launcher straight from the final Tyrant battle. So that's the big news. I can't wait to play as Chris Redfield. It's going to be sweet. I can't wait to blow up Tyrant and some zombies with the old school rocket launcher from 1998's Resident Evil. Cool. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys watching the videos. Like I said before in the beginning, I didn't find everything. I'm sure everyone else is going to let me know there's plenty of stuff that I missed. Send me a message, leave a comment on the video, and I'll add annotations as the day goes on. I appreciate you watching the video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and we'll see you on Black Ops.